Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Emily. I'm a holistic wellness coach and I'm so thrilled to have you in this space. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you stumbled upon one of my corners on the internet. Over here, we value living a life that looks as good as it feels. So if you are interested in mindset, personal development, fitness, nutrition, manifestation, energy healing, breath work, you have found your community. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for continuing to ride with me. As you see, we're kind of figuring things out, but I think we're slowly finding our footing in terms of the content I want to create and how I want to show up in this space. So in today's video, we're going to be exploring some fitness myths that I can't believe that they're still rolling around in 2025. But because they still are, I think it's very important that I take the time to address some of these and really give you the information to help you shift your mindset, especially if some of these myths are limiting you from showing up in your fitness journey the way that you want to. So without further ado, let's dive in.
Maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it.
Myth number one is that you can spot reduce fat. Wow. I honestly can't believe that this one's still making the rounds. You cannot spot reduce fat. You cannot spot train any specific part of your body part, especially when you're just first starting out. I think I can't say that in like complete totality, knowing the journey that I'm currently on with bodybuilding, because we spot train. We really work and target specific muscles, but it's with a different intention. When you're starting out on your journey and you think that you can just go to the gym and get yourself some abs and a nice fat juicy booty, and those are the only things you can focus on and need to focus on, then you are playing yourself. You are prolonging the inevitable. And the inevitable is that you have to train your whole entire body. You have to train your upper body, you have to train your back, you have to train your arms, you have to train your legs, your full legs, not just your glutes. This myth needs to be gone. We need to leave it right here, because it's only holding us back when it comes to the things that we're willing to do in the gym, what we're willing to try, how much we're willing to challenge and push ourselves. So if this is a myth that's been floating around in your reality, let's cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Myth number two that I want to address is that lifting weights or strength training or really challenging yourself to see what you can do in the gym as a woman is going to make you bulky. I just want to take a moment for me. I am the living proof that there is no bulk happening here. There's only beautifully toned muscles, and they're beautiful. I believe that this myth came around when the men realized and saw the women entering the gym spaces, and they were like, nah. We can't have the Huns all up in the weight training section. We need to tell them that, listen, if you lift weights, you're going to bulk up. And the majority of the world listen to this myth and really believes that it's true. Women cannot and will not ever look as bulky or as buff as men do naturally. And I emphasize naturally because, yes, in the bodybuilding world, there's a lot of women who compete in the bodybuilding figures as women, and they have to take some performance enhancers in order to be able to get their physique to look like that. So if you are not doing that, if you're just training normally, just challenging yourself 3 to 4 times a week in the gym, you don't have to worry about one day waking up with huge biceps. You know what I mean? It is not a valid thought. So again, we're going to cut it. Cut it. We're going to cut it. We're going to cut it because that one does not make sense. And it limits, again, our potential, and it limits what we are willing to do in the gym as women. And we got to let that go. We got to let that go because our power lies in that challenge. So take it head on. Myth number 3 is no pain, no gain. Or also what I sometimes hear my clients saying, and even sometimes I find myself slipping into this mindset thinking that if I'm not sore the next day, then I didn't push hard enough. Then I cheated myself. Then I need to go back and work even harder today because yesterday was just a waste, right? That myth, that story that you're telling yourself that, oh my God, if I'm not sore, then I didn't push hard enough, it is a lie, and it is just holding you back as well mentally from really just showing up for each session as like with the energy and the capacity that you have for that session. Not every single workout that you do is going to feel the same on your body, especially if you're on a program. As you're continuing to move through the weeks through the program, your body is slowly adapting to the resistance that you're putting on it. So you can expect to sometimes maybe feel like your muscles are not being activated in the same way that they would have been when you first did that workout. And that's completely normal. And it's also your sign to then increase your weight, or what I tell my one-on-one coaching clients who train at home is to basically then move slower, working with tempo, working with isometric holds, and really just giving your muscles more time under tension. I talk about a few of the different training methods that we use in my bodybuilding journey in my previous video. So if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. I will link it somewhere. So soreness, please, soreness is not a sign that you pushed hard enough and that you deserve the cheat meal. All right. Sometimes you're going to be sore. Sometimes you're not going to be sore. Don't let this be a marker for you to use to let you know whether or not your efforts were good enough for that session. Okay. Ooh, the next myth I want to touch on, guys, this one had me in a chokehold for years and is the reason I did not and I was not making the progress that I was desiring as quickly as I have made it now since being on my journey with bodybuilding. I started this journey in October. We are about 26, 27 weeks into the journey, and my body has transformed so much because of this single thing. I finally stopped trying to outtrain my poor diet, right? For so long, I was like, oh, I work out, I can just eat whatever I want, and the body will do whatever it needs to do, which was kind of true because I never really held on. My metabolism is like something that needs to be studied because I'm just like, where does the food go? But I wasn't holding on to fat the way that somebody else would if they were just going to eat whatever they wanted, right? So in my mind, I was like, it reinforced that belief even more that I'm fine. I got this. But it's not true. The moment I shifted my nutrition and I began to eat cleaner, wholesome foods, I limit the processed foods. I focus on eating a variety of vegetables, good whole sources of protein, healthy fats, um, your fibers. I even started using some supplements as well to help me, boost and pump. I use a pre-workout, I use a protein, and I have a recovery creatine drink that I also drink. So when I really got intentional with my nutrition, this is the proof. This is the living proof. I finally was able to see my body literally transform overnight. Your body needs protein to build muscle, to repair the muscle that you're tearing every time you strength train. Your body needs carbs in order to fuel your workout and glycogen stores. Your brain needs carbohydrates. Our brain's source of fuel and energy are the carbohydrates we eat. And if we're not eating enough as well, it then starts to affect our cognition, our mental capabilities. So our bodies need the healthy fats, especially as women. We need these in order for our bodies to transport the hormones through our body the way that it's needed to, and everything is regulating and working as it should. So there's absolutely no food group that we should be staying away from that is good and wholesome. Okay, let me know. I just realized that I opened it up I opened up a can of worms. You know what I mean. Stick to the healthy, wholesome things. Eat from the ground. If it came from a plant, a tree, you know you're doing good. You don't have to question it. Eat some more of it. Okay, because this is what our bodies, by design on a physiological level, really, really respond well to, is giving it that nutrition. So cut out eating crappy because you think that you're training hard in the gym, because it's not going to take you far. The second last myth I want to touch on is that cardio, high intensity cardio, is how you burn fat best or easily. This myth came around, I want to say in the 90s, 80s with the aerobics era, where people were just like dancing and just thinking that sweating more means that you're burning more calories, or that you need to go really, really hard and like punish yourself with cardio in order for you to see that fat burn. Okay, let me tell you two things about this. This is a bang for your bucker. So, when you strength train and you build muscle, your body naturally over time burns more fat because muscle increases your metabolic rate, and which is basically your metabolism. So your body is able to burn through food more efficiently and more quicker, and even sometimes, even most times, while you're just sitting around doing nothing, because you have more muscle, lean muscle on your body. So muscle is, and I'm sure you've heard this, the prime tissue that we should all be focused on growing and slowly continuing to do so for the rest of our lives. Muscle is important for our longevity. It's important for our ability to bounce back and recover from illness. Muscle is key. So get yourself some muscle. The next thing is you don't need to be doing high intensity cardio in order for you to burn fat, right? That belief that you need to like just kill yourself in the cardio because you're trying to burn fat is actually completely backward. The best form of cardio that you can do that will also benefit you in the long term, and something that you can do sustainably in the long term, because over here we're all about sustainable changes in your mindset, in your fitness, that you can continue to show up consistently for over time, not just a fad you're going to do once here and then never again, right? So the best form of cardio you can do is walking. Walking, yes, so underrated, so powerful, but the research is starting to support this, and it's starting to come back, and more people are talking about walking a lot more. So I'm very happy to see this. But walking is easily the best thing you can do for you if you want to burn fat. Make it a habit every single day to walk 20 to 30 minutes. You don't even need to walk fast. What we need is a steady, consistent heart rate. And from there, your body will, instead of using your initial glycogen stores from the carbs that you eat, your body will begin to use your fat stores in order to fuel you as you're walking. And that right there is the magic. When you train at higher intensities, your body pulls on those glycogen stores. So the banana you just ate before your workout, that's what your body's using instead of your fat stores. So over time, you're really just like, okay, eating a banana, going to hit, and then you just, expend those same calories that you just consumed. But if you train a little bit smarter and you lower your intensity and you focus on being steady in the form of cardio that you're doing, just go give it a try. Give it a try for a month and then let me know. Let me know in the comments. Also, if you've heard about this or if you've seen walking work being better for you. It's also better on your joints because and I used to be a runner. Speaking as somebody who used to be a runner and still likes to think of himself as a runner, I definitely say walking is the plug. It's the plug they won't tell you, but I'm here. I'm telling you. So my last bonus myth that I want to touch on is actually really in line with the supplements that I currently use, and the fact that people think, first of all, there's like two schools of thought when it comes to supplements. Don't use them at all. You can eat your food and be fine. And then the other school that's like completely reliant on the supplement and is not even trying to eat. It's just like, listen, I'm going to just drink this protein shake. So what I believe is best is when you figure out that you are deficient in some areas through your nutrition, that's when you begin to look at supplementing. You don't just start your fitness journey and you're like, oh yeah, no, well, everybody has a protein shake. Let me get myself a protein shake. But you don't even know why you're using a protein shake. You don't know when to drink your protein shake. You are confused. So give yourself time to figure that out. See what is lacking in your nutrition, and then supplement that. If you're not sure what is lacking, that is why people like myself, a holistic wellness coach, exists. I can take a look at your meals that you consume in a day or even over the span of a week, and I'll be able to pinpoint what is missing, what is lacking, what can we improve, and then you can use that information for you to know, okay, let me add a protein supplement, or let me add an omega, because I'm not eating that fish. I'm not eating the avocados. So whatever, depending on what it is that your body needs. And it's a very specific individual thing. It's not all supplements for everybody, right? So it's very important to have that education and not just to write something off because you don't understand it, or not to just rely on something like supplements completely. Your body still needs real food. Okay, so that was my bonus myth. So there you have it for today's video, exploring the myths that I can't believe are still making their rounds in 2025. These myths really, really are problematic because they hold people back. They hold you back. They've held me back from making real and true progress in our journeys. So it's so important that we address these, we talk about these, and we release them. And then we adopt different beliefs, different mindsets, different habits, a different approach that can support us in our journeys. As a holistic wellness coach, my work largely consists of having conversations like these with my clients in order to help them shift those limiting narratives and really adopt something more empowering. So if you would like to explore my one-on-one online coaching offer, I will place the application link in the description. Click through and let's see how we can work together to support you in creating a sustainable, emphasis on sustainable fitness and mindset transformation. Thanks for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one.